Alright, this should be the 43rd stream of Metaphor ReFantazio. Today is Wednesday, March 5th, stream 43 of Metaphor ReFantazio. Hello and welcome, thanks for joining the stream. Do appreciate you coming in and spending your precious time hanging out with me as I experience more of Metaphor ReFantazio. Having you here makes the streams more fun in general for me and helps motivate me to continue streaming, so I truly appreciate you spending your precious time hanging out with me. Hope your day is going well, hope you're able to enjoy some games yourself, and I hope you enjoy the stream. Yeah, stream started later than I would have liked. It was like, I had to do some real life stuff, and I also just like was slacking, so later than normal even. But yeah, we could still get a little bit of stream in. This one. So yeah, we were kind of in like a pivotal like plot twist event.
Now what am I to do?
Did I buy? Yeah, I did buy that. Okay, we can hold off on that. Oh, excuse me. The hell, lady? Was that you, lady? Old woman. Gallica's more of a person now. Cool. Another fairy was like, you suck. You're more like a person now.
Does this depict the Elder Tribe?
Ugh. It always sucks when my back is sore after training back. But then in 4 days when it's like recovered, and then I lift again, and I if I have like a little bit of improvement, I'm like, yes, it was worth it. Does this depict the Elder Tribe?
Elder comes from an ancient word, meaning only the old ones. It was an alias given by our ancestors to outsiders who visited the village in the distant past.
Elder means the old ones.
As for our original name, you know it well by now. We were humans.
Get your hands off me, you damn dirty apes.
The human tribe. So Luis's words.
There is no human tribe. Tribes, as we know them today, did not exist then. We were all one people. Humankind.
A world united. But wait. The ruins on Virga Island. There's nothing left of the civilization today. What?
A war.
Oops.
A world united. But wait. The ruins on Virga Island. There's nothing left of the civilization today. Was it destroyed? Why? How?
A war. One that all but destroyed the world past. But its destruction was born of the discovery of Magla. Or as you call it today, magic. Do you wonder what they battled over? Without the divided tribes, what could they have disagreed on? They were racked by division over the abstract, undefinable idea of rightness. They tried to destroy something invisible, and destroyed only themselves.
Man, this game is like spitting facts.
And any idea of absolute rightness is born of fear. That fear flooded the world and gave way to war. And their age of prosperity came to be called the world before. The people we now call tribes were either born of artificial division for the sake of the war effort, or natural adaptation to survive the hellscape after.
Natural adaptation to survive. Like, that makes sense. But like, I think about is it the Ishkia, the ones with the wings that don't work? Like, I think the lore said that their wings have never worked. Like, they've never been able to fly. It's not like they had the ability to fly and they just like lost it over time. I think the wings have never worked that way, and it's always been like sort of cosmetic. It's like, well, how did that help them at all to survive? Like, I guess you could for the rogues, right? The ones who live a really long time, like, they're very hardy and they could survive a long time. And maybe for the croissants, they have like the big ears that maybe let them hear better or whatever. And the shit, what is Yufa's tribe called again? It starts with an M, right? Like, their third eye lets them see Magla and stuff, so that's very advantageous. Humanity was torn apart by fear and anxiety, giving rise to the tribes as we know them.
Unbelievable. We've met plenty of people caught up in pointless conflicts. Given the choice, I know they'd rather live in a world without tribal division. And yet the truth is, that world's already fallen apart. More than that, it's how we all got here.
Such drastic physical changes would normally have taken eons to effect. Accelerated by Magla, however, it was only a matter of a scant few centuries. You understand now, yes. We, the Elder, are the survivors of the old world. Our ancestors fled the flames of war and thus escaped the ensuing divisions.
That means the prince, what is to say, I am a scion of both the old world and the new.
It beggars belief. It is nothing short of astounding. But then, why do we know these monsters as humans?
There was that painting or whatever on the wall in the temple that showed the humans like splitting apart. One becoming like these 8 tribes, and the other side becoming like the monsters.
By the war's end, both sides were consumed by fear. Their magical assaults escalated with each retaliation, until it was beyond all control. Our world became a hell. Rampant Magla distorts the body and mind. By now, I'm sure you know that better than you ever wished to. Humans are what remains of that branch of humankind that succumbed to melancholia. Broken, horrifying testaments to their own mistakes in the war of magic.
Okay, so it's more or less humans are Elda that got melancholinized, or however you say it. Just how like we've encountered other stuff that's become melancholized. I don't know.
Some persist, breed, and multiply as any beast does. Others live centuries of agony before their lives burn out. Even we do not know the full scope of their nature.
Huh, okay.
Regardless, when the 8 tribes settled in this land, our claim to the human legacy was forgotten. To the people, the name only meant slavering, insane monsters.
Okay.
Therefore, we took on an alias instead. The same one by which we are known today. The Elda.
Ah, I see.
So, the old world couldn't control its magic, and... Wait. How does the Sanctus Church fit in? All this revisionist history to spread their magic igniters.
Indeed, what are magic igniters to you? Tools for the church to shackle the people, perhaps? Or weapons that hide magic's true potential? Am I close to the mark?
Maybe a little from column A, a little from column B.
In truth, it's the opposite. Igniters are tools made to limit magic. Restraints made in self-discipline, meant to avert a repeat of history's destructive mistakes. The Sanctus Church of today is muddied by greed, but its faith was born of good intentions. They once urged self-control, and thus control of one's personal magic.
Huh, okay. The symbolism is like deafening.
At times, they preached we must close our eyes to the truth when it would only lead us to ruin. By this benign tenet, history was obscured, and the Elder denounced.
I had no idea. There's a grim irony in that.
His Majesty only hid his son's ancestry to protect him. Yet in the end, that meant Forden could attack the village under any pretext he liked, his motives concealed.
With all that said, you have now reclaimed your true form. The friends that stand with you are of different tribes and ideologies, but of one mind.
I wonder if the devs purposely avoided having a cat girl, because the like the sexy cat girl trope. I mean, some might argue if you're into cat boys, like, hey, we got the cat boy, it's even better. But you know, obviously, like, I'm a dude, a straight dude, so I want that. I would have preferred the sexy cat girl.
As you are now, you may walk the path of the rightful king. The path of a modern world where the tribes walk as individuals, yet with mutual respect and cooperation.
If we could only do that in the real world.
The sovereign's power, thou king to be, entrusted with the will of the people. To bear their hopes is to be their rock in the storm, and to face anxiety in their names.
You got it, Tree Mommy.
Yet, anxiety itself is not something to blindly reject or desperately cast away. It begins with a simple thing, acknowledging its existence.
Right, like acknowledging the problem is the first step and is not the same as like encouraging it.
Accept thy weakness, walk forward alongside it, and thou wilt grow strong and true in its company.
There is weakness in people. I'm sure there are many who would say that helping anyone in need is nothing but a fantasy.
And besides,
But realistic or not, I refuse to accept Luis's methods as the alternative. The weak and those who dissent don't deserve to die out as though that's the natural order. What the heck? What is it, the king archetype? His Majesty? Studied the prince archetype, okay. Looks like a freaking Elden Ring boss. My determination to challenge the unknown has awakened the heroic embodiment of the prince.
let's do it.
Let's do it. If no one understands me right away, I accept that. There will still be meaning in showing them my convictions in the fight to come.
Let's fight.
That is my mission.
That's it. I've made up my mind. I'm with you to the end, no matter what.
Where's this coming from?
Before we got there, this guiding voice thing told me my duties were over. But what am I gonna do? Just go, okay, bye? Especially after we've come this far together? No. I'm going to face Luis with you, even if it is scary.
Even you've got to cope with anxiety, eh?
I have realized something in our travels. Anxiety can lead people astray. But overcoming it makes a person stronger. There's always anxiety in the unknown. I know what it's like to be afraid of something I don't understand. That's why I think it's my duty to help people face and connect with their anxiety. Is that okay? From now on, it's not about orders. I'm with you, because I want to be.
I'm counting on you, of course it is. Of course it is.
Yeah, I want you by my side until the end.
Same here. Stick close to me, okay?
past the worst of it, but the problem remains. Luis's dark magic. We've seen it turn the boy into a monster, and no doubt he can do it again.
A forbidden spell, turning sane mortals into the fearsome human monsters. In other words, a destabilizing magic, turning a person's magla into a snarl beyond control. This man named Luis, he may have his own past in this ancient sanctum.
Luis has been here? What do you know of him?
What do you wish to know?
She kind of already talked about the spell. It's a Magla destabilizing thing. Tell me about Luis.
Who exactly is Luis?
Every time I heard of his doings in the wider world, I felt more and more sure that Luis is from this village.
Is he Elda then?
His knowledge of humans, his skills in magic, his grasp of darker arts, they're all beyond a mere soldier to begin with, however prodigious. As it happens, a name does occur. Among those old families who perished in the fire, there was one by the name of Caradrius.
Oh, like his ship.
A family of doctors, I believe. In an effort to better heal the ills of the people, they had studied spells much like the ones he now exploits. The details are long since lost to the fire. But if Luis bears our legacy, that may be the reason for his vast knowledge.
Wait, what about Luis's ambition? The vision Rella saw? Do you think he actually wants to turn everyone in the kingdom into humans?
There is no known magic strong enough to turn many people at once, and none that can be cast quickly.
Even if it was possible, I don't know what it would accomplish. But this is Luis we're talking about. Who knows what he's thinking?
What do you wish to know?
What is this forbidden spell?
The essence of magic is in the control of Magla. However, just as its chaos may be calmed, it can also be deliberately pushed out of control. That was what you saw. He whipped your innate magic to a frenzy and you were lost to melancholia. Just as the humans of the ancient war once were. In every age, the cause and effect are the same. People learn fear, become slaves to their anxiety, suffer, and thus, the power of magic is born.
Pardon me. You mean to say anxiety is the source of all magic?
Magla is a substance born of the heart, generated when one feels anxiety or fear. By certain means, it may be kindled into power. That is what we call magic. In this way, it is by virtue of the anxiety in our hearts that we gain the power to overcome it. Magic is a natural process, and anxiety is its invaluable, irreducible fuel. But in turn, those burdened with more anxiety and fear produce more and more Magla from their hearts. Without the willpower to face your fear, the Magla overflows. Uncontrollable by magic, it can give rise to strange and terrible happenings as it manifests. With the world embroiled in chaos, These outbursts of swollen magic may be happening all across our kingdom.
I just thought of a great name for a for like a D&D character, Swollen Magic, and it's like a big buff like paladin or barbarian but casts magic. Oh, that'd be great. Or I don't know if anyone watching this happens to know who Joey Swole is. We'd be like Joey Swollen Magic. Uh,
'Tis the answer to everything. The melancholia crystals, the beasts driven feral. The very land is erupting with the weight of its people's fears.
so in causing chaos, Luis increases everyone's anxiety, which increases the output of Magla, and then he is able to uh, fuel have the Magla fuel he needs in order to possibly cast a spell to turn everyone into humans.
Hold on. If Luis's art is rooted in bringing out this chaos, then anyone might be next. He said he became a monster because he's elder, but that wasn't the complete story. If what you say is true...
Indeed. All people today are ultimately descendants of humankind. If Luis so chooses, he could turn anyone into a human monster. Yet as long as you have the strength to confront your fears, even this transformation may be defied and overcome.
But if he would turn people into humans, if in the unlikely event that happens...
If there is any motive for such cruelty, it can only be hatred. If Luis is truly from this village, then their fire would have cost him everything. Such unjust tragedy could easily beget a thirst for revenge. Even if it meant wielding a magic that twisted life into something terrible, instead of uplifting it. Indeed, it seems the opposite of an archetype. A truly dark power.
Who goes there? Someone flees!
That's him. The malformed assassin who struck at the prince. He's bound for the woods.
After him!
Do they not post any sentries? Maybe they don't have to fight or be actual guards, but do you not post people like standing watch? So like something like this doesn't happen again, or the fire? Like, come on, man. The truth of melancholisation. Melancholisation. Magla particles are produced by feelings of anxiety, and when fear or apprehension become excessively strong, unconscious feelings of hostility and the desire to eliminate the source of those feelings are transmitted into Magla, triggering an unintentional outburst of magic, which can go rampant. Melancholisation is when creatures and surrounding objects undergo an irregular transformation due to this magical outburst. Although it is thought that severe melancholisation that alters even the physical appearance of a subject could not occur outside wartime in present-day peace, there are actually increasing cases of melancholisation. Man, they are really testing me. Outside of people-occupied lands. It is unclear what is causing these unusual occurrences, as though the kingdom has been plagued with years-long anxiety. The truth of magic igniters. Igniters assist with the most difficult part of using magic, the process of accurately imagining the phenomenon one wishes to bring about. An igniter substitutes imagination with a formula in its circuits, making magic easier. This technology was created in the Old World, where people who had already discovered magic used igniters to amplify their power. Igniters and the technology that created them were lost in the aftermath of the War of Destruction and became forbidden as a result. But as people began to seek magic again over time, igniters were rediscovered and used in quite the opposite way they had originally been intended. Those in power disseminated them with the falsehood that they were a requirement for the use of magic, in an effort to prevent magic from becoming the destructive force it once was. Their collar-like form is a symbol of this. The truth of relics. Originally highly advanced magic igniters, they were created with old world technology before the War of Destruction, rediscovered and passed down until the present. Each has various differing functions, though a majority were created as dangerous weapons of war. Their capabilities and perils have hardly begun to be rediscovered, and many are treated in accordance with local superstition. The truth of magic. A technique that uses magla particles to intervene in the laws of physics and cause phenomena that would not occur in a natural state. Since magla is linked to one's mind, magic can, in theory, be used to control nature by the power of will alone with enough training. Magic was discovered before the War of Destruction and became the thriving force behind the breakthroughs of civilization, ushering in a golden age. However, magic is also the embodiment of the weakness, vileness, and deep-seated fear of the mind, ultimately becoming the weaponized downfall of humanity in history's most notorious war. The truth of magla. Unique particles discovered toward the end of the Old World. One of the smallest companies that make up creation, there is a strong correlation to cognition and the psyche. Its properties were studied and a technique was discovered that used the workings of the mind to interfere with the physical world, leading to creation of magic. However, it is theorized that many practiced it empirically long before it was classified as science. The term mag comes from the word magla, and in the Old World mag was simply its unit of measurement. However, laymen do not grasp its true meaning, as the characters used to write it have changed, to say nothing of the existence of the Old World being repressed knowledge. Luis's dark arts. A horrific magic Luis used against the captain, presumed to function by forcibly circulating overwhelming magla through a person's body, artificially causing extreme melancholisation and turning the person into a monster. Self-evidently impossible without deep knowledge of buried truths, such as magla's nature and the origin of humans. It provides a glimpse into Luis's true origin and the world he envisions, among other things. Gotta catch my breath. The Old World. A world over 1,000 years ago, completely unlike the present. The sole civilized inhabitants were called mankind, a people linked to the present-day Elda tribe, who wielded magic on a level far beyond any known in the present. The nation fell during the War of Destruction and apocalyptic worldwide conflict. Very few traces of this world remain, such as the city ruins that slumber deep beneath the Dragon Temple, as well as the artifacts known as divine relics scattered throughout the land. War of Destruction, a world war from thousands of years ago waged by the original tribe of mankind, which begat the destruction of the old world. However, this also marked the birth of many weapons presently known as divine relics and dragons, made possible by their incredible advances in magic technology far beyond any of present day. The truth of the Elder Tribe. Descendants of the humans who lived in the old world and progenitors of the 8 tribes that came to populate world, the modern world following the rampage of civilization and devastation during the War of Destruction. Progenitor. I kind of know what that word means. Progenitor. A person or thing from which a person, animal, or plant is descended or originates, like the ancestor or parent. Okay. After the War of Destruction, most of humanity fractured into the tribes of the modern world. However, unknown to the majority of people, the descendants of some nobles who escaped the flames of war retained their mostly featureless forms over generations. They also retained much knowledge and magic from the old world thought lost, but because they know the destruction that it led to, many actively avoid the post-war world and choose to live hidden and secluded. The Truth of Humans. The giant outburst of magic heralding the War of Destruction's end melancholized much of old world humankind to become what the world knows as humans today. Some vestiges of their humanity are evidenced in the various body parts that resemble modern people. Human biology is irregular. Some are capable of reproduction, others are capable of living hundreds of years. The particulars are beyond modern understanding. Okay, we got through it all. That intruder came here to claim the prince's life. As it stands, his mission remains unfulfilled. In other words, the assassin hasn't fled. You should assume he lies in wait, biding his time for another opportunity to come at you. By their very nature, fairies are magical beings who can recalibrate the destiny of their magla particles at will. Should the need arise, they can make themselves practically invisible to those with a lesser sensitivity to magla. This is why Gallica goes largely unnoticed. It is also why fairies make excellent messengers. I dare say the Sanctum is the sole place you'll find this many fairies flitting around without a concern for being hidden. Needless to say, this bond is a testament to the long-standing intertwining of elder traditions and magic. Ah, okay.
I beg your pardon.
That sword once belonged to the prince, did it not? Though I suppose now that makes you its rightful owner. One glance and I can tell you still used even now, not only for combat but for sword surfing as well. That sword was a gift from Her Highness, our queen, and your mother. She was quite skilled with it. Free-spirited as she was, she'd fly about the forest much to the ire of Lady Gruidae. Any doubts concerning your lineage are disproved by this blade and how you use it. You are indeed Her Highness's flesh and blood.
What now?
I wonder if that means that, like, this will become our final weapon. Like, it'll get powered up by the power of friendship or something later on.
There's too much to take.
The assassin came running out of that door. Who could have assumed that he was still hiding within the sanctum? Oh, so I guess that means that he probably knew that we would have to he would have to wait for us to combine and turn into our true form because Luis knows us and our history because he was here, I guess. That assassin who fled, his flow of magla bore little resemblance to normal persons. It was unsettling. Please be careful.
Awful.
What is it? Accursed scoundrels, have you not stirred things up enough? No. Are you leaving to the outside? I don't like how the outside feels anymore, so be careful, okay? After all, you just woke up from the longest nap ever. Well, see you later.
Oh, now this I can't believe.
That spell that went off was massive. I'm sure even the intruder wanted to know what was going on. Seeing as they came to kill the prince, they're probably after you. People from the outside world are mad.
What in the blaze?
I thought the assassin fled. What was he doing back here? Don't tell me you were followed. Yeah, because no one stands watch ever.
Huh?
Wait, is that you, Gallica? You're okay. You left in such a hurry. I was worried. I've been traveling. I've got this really important mission. Wow, it must be pretty hard. I can tell just by looking at you. And I can tell you've changed a lot. You're totally different. Is it because of this person you're with? I think we read this last stream. We just kind of skipped it this time around. Because we chose the bad ending. So that we had to, like, reload.
But
But what is there to do now?
There's quite the clamor coming from outside, isn't there? Please don't let it be another incident. How could you hear anything? You're like deep in this room, like away from the main entrance. Do you have anything new?
Hello?
Are you gonna chase after that ghoulish man? I have wares that might help you. That figure who just darted by, is he not the one who came to murder the prince? So the knave was hiding. He ran toward the stairs. Is everyone safe? We are. We've had no casualties, however. We were swept aside like pebbles, unworthy of even a glance. I could do nothing but watch. I was powerless against him.
No.
There was little else that could have been done. Responsible as they were for the downfall of the resistance, any move we might have made would have resulted in needless sacrifices. I believe the intruder sensed the power of the prince's awakening and came to investigate. I don't know why he would have run away, but surely he has a plan. Tread carefully, please.
watch out!
I can't fathom why, but he looked bemused. It was rather unsettling. Huh.
Ready?
Stop! You. Zorba.
So it was you behind the attack?
Indeed it was. I killed the prince, though he died all too easily. And the odd thing was, his aura felt awfully similar to yours. So I decided to bide my time a while and listen. And it's a good thing I did. There really is something stranger going on. Who are you? Are you the prince or not? Whatever your answer, I must report back to Lord Luis.
Do you have any idea what Luis is really scheming? If he becomes king, everyone in this country is doomed.
If that is what Lord Luis so desires, then I shall see it done.
It's almost impressive how blind your faith in him is.
I suppose it's just easier to follow instead of thinking for himself. He's forgotten anything he really wants.
What did you intend to do? The crown is too heavy a burden for your reedy frame. Lord Luis is the true king, who will save the worthy. And you are nothing but a powerless imposter, only fit to be sacrificed.
He is no imposter, fiend. His Highness has finally taken his first steps on the road to victory. Here, at his journey's end, after enduring these countless hardships, he has become a true successor, a true ruler. Because he knows the people's suffering firsthand.
Well, imposter or not, it's all the same if he's a corpse. And so I shall return the prince and his dying legacy to the underworld, where they belong.
Bastard! I wondered why you ran away, but it was all to lure us straight to this monstrosity.
Keep your guard up. The Melancholia is fueling his magic power.
We've come too far to be stopped by something like him. Let's put our power on full display.
The power of your newly earned archetype prince surges forth. Oh yeah, I forgot to check that out in the menu.
This guy shows up again just when we've unlocked some new power. Kinda feels like fate by now. Okay, time for a new fight. Stay on your toes.
Prince is an archetype exclusive to the protagonist. You can now change it out as you wish. It can act as support for all synthesis skills. It has unique traits not found in other archetypes, but none of its skills can be transferred.
Alright, let's take it down and then get after
World Sword. Heroic Slash. Deals heavy physical slash damage to one enemy. Damage boosted against human types.
The blade's edge!
This'll be over soon enough. Let's do this together. Looks like we can't brute force through this one. Now for a grand maneuver.
Let my power support you.
Might as well put some effort in this. Shield! We've got to do something about those apples.
This is like a rematch of that first boss.
Let me handle those apples.
Have Gallica knock down apples to keep the foe from healing? Yes.
All right, leave it to me.
combine our strength. Heed me!
Okay, let's follow my lead.
Let my power support you.
Oh!
Sidestepped it. She's doing great.
Lend me your strength.
Get after it, love.
Ice!
Don't underestimate me. No one here fights alone. Maybe I'll show you. You can count on me.
I knew you'd help.
I am grateful.
That helped us out.
This is the...
Here I go!
The situation is changing. I pray you're ready. Come forth now. The enemy still stands. More apples? Quick, knock them off again. Trivial.
Let's split some heads.
You can do this!
What happens next ain't my problem. Destroying's my
Let's
kind
stay
of
calm.
thing.
That was like a mosh pit attack.
We'll do this together!
I'll lend a hand myself.
Freeze! Alright, how's that?
Come on, help me out. I think not. No one here fights alone. Raging fire! Sorry, my mistake. Everyone is counting on me. If we all work together.
We'll combine our strength!
It is your turn! I'm sorry, everyone.
Stay insane in a fight? Not bloody likely. All right. Wait a sec.
Come here!
How's this?
More apples? Quick, knock them off again! Regenerate the headlands! Here comes another round
maybe not. Let's work together.
Give it all you've got!
Ice! Let's push through!
I'll give you the now for a grand maneuver! Behold this power! I feel the magla! Stubborn, hey? I shall declare souls of kings. Give me strength! Come forth now! To turn the tide of the battle?
Wind God's Gale. Ooh.
A halfway decent result.
I'll strive for greater heights.
Endurance is all low, but I don't really care. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect.
Ah, I didn't know I had it in me.
The bastard got away.
I say, you chaps boggle the mind. It's no mean feat to fight on even footing with a human.
I'd hoped as much. You may yet have the power to face Luis at his full strength.
It's good to see you're safe. We've certainly taken these powers a long way. Maybe we thought ourselves invincible. But don't worry. At long last, the prince is safe. In a manner of speaking. Everything's going according to plan.
Still, what's our next move? The people think you a monster. Will not find any public backing like this.
Alces once said that His Highness the Prince was a soul born into adversity. He is royalty and elder both, heir to the legacies of heaven and earth. He is water and fire, in condemned conflux. When the day comes that His Highness may be revered as the good ruler he can be, then the world will truly be free of prejudice. And that, he said, is why we fight.
In his own words, huh? We have to fight for what he believed in. All the more reason we can't turn from this.
Right.
Years of prejudice won't go away overnight. Nothing could accomplish that. But if we don't believe if we don't believe things can change, they never will.
Come what may, my life is a shield raised in your highness's name. Are you prepared to fight Luis to the bitter end?
Yes.
Of course. I'm prepared.
Yes. That determination is how we'll stop him.
If he ends up king, he'll be sending all traitors to the gallows. Not just us, but any innocent folks he doesn't find use for.
We've lost too many lives along this journey, and if Luis has his way with the world, such partings would become all too common. We have to stop him.
Look, I'm never giving up hope either, okay? All we have to do is beat him, right?
That's what it comes down to. That's optimistic. I hope you'll sing a victory song.
Looking forward to the victory song.
Well, we've got bigger things to worry about now. But I can't wait to sing it.
You... I'm still amazed. You really do look just like your mother. Truly, you are a child of fate. Your mother, she loved your father, and you with all her heart. The injustice that befell this village is not your fault. But listen well. Once you leave this village, you cannot return until you have fulfilled your ambitions. After all, an old crone like me can't take care of you forever. If you want to overcome your hardest challenges, you'll have to face them yourself. The world's fate is in your hands. Please, put an end to the tragedies of humankind's failures.
Thank you for everything.
For everything.
Our final battle lies ahead. We cannot lose. Yet, before all else, His Highness has only just awoken. Let us rest in the Gauntlet Runner for today, and advance to the royal capital tomorrow.
It's a bit strange, isn't it? I was convinced we'd been together for a long time. But I can't believe we've only just met. The beginning of my journey may have been a false memory. But my journey with you and the memories we've made, those are all real. Well, guess I'm repeating myself. But I'm glad we're working together.
State. That's like some flirty McGurdy stuff right there. Stay beside me forever.
Stay beside me forever.
Wow. When you put it like that, you're gonna make me blush. But thanks.
Having overcome her trial, I can sense newfound conviction from Gallica as both an ally and a friend.
The mystical fairy, Gallica. She who still keeps the virtues of the mage. Your tempered bond has become a fire-forged trust. Thus, a new pinnacle of heroism awakens within thee. By the grace of her newfound powers, work together to give truth to our hopes and fulfill thy destiny.
Zooming in on that fairy booty. Headset like turn down. Headset like oh, because I was like messing with the picture in Streamlabs. Oh well. But But yeah, zoomed in on the fairy booty. Okay. Rank 8.
We've got the path to tomorrow in front of us, and I'm gonna lead the way.
Elemental Master and Warlock. During squad battles, you may gain extra turn icons. Ooh. Oh. Okay.
When things get tough, remember this magic. The music meant for you will play in your head.
Wait, did that music come from Gallica? She's like, hey, you need some battle music. Or no, it's not. This isn't the battle music. This is the whimsical travel music. Like that's the lore for this game's music. It's like all the music comes from Gallica, and that's how, like, whenever she heals you, there's a music for that. When you're traveling, there's a music for that. It's fairy music. Fairy music magic. This is the magic of music that Gallica cast for me once. Now that I think about it, it may have helped me in ways I didn't realize.
By the way, the Chieftess told me something about your novel. Apparently your parents gave you that book when you were still just a kid. I wonder what your parents wanted you to get from reading it. What they hoped for you, I guess. I suppose you'll have to find out for yourself.
This book is the legacy of my parents, the late king of Uchronia and the queen of the Elden Sanctum. Perhaps the utopia depicted in this book wasn't a mere fantasy, but ideas of the old world passed down in the Sanctum.
The part we're reading today is the last chapter. It's about the ruler of this ideal world.
Oops.
The part we're reading today is the last chapter. It's about the ruler of this ideal world. Let's read it together. The last chapter is about the ruler of a utopia. The one who governs this utopia must have an unwavering will. To maintain justice in this world, there are innumerable obstacles to overcome. Yet, as long as one lives by their ideals, those who support them are sure to follow. A utopia is not the creation of a single mind or a single power. It is a world shaped by all its people. The last part sounds a little more metaphorical. There's a little more. However, even a utopia may one day fray at the edges, and its people may come to conflict over the question of what is right. What is a true utopia? What is a true ruler? None have yet found the answers to these questions.
true utopia has never been achieved. The so-called utopia depicted within the novel was based on the old world, but it fell into ruin and was destroyed by war. So if this book traces the trajectory of the old world, are these truly the ideals we're striving for? It seems rather the opposite.
So even the author of this book struggled with these questions. And if you become king, you'll have plenty of tough questions and struggles to face yourself. Lady Gruaday mentioned the king was a real idealist when he first arrived at the village. But little by little, the pains of reality crushed his hope. And he even lost his son. In the end, his will was broken. He didn't lift a finger to stop the church's rise to power. With that in mind, I can honestly see why people would be drawn to Luis. His values are radical and cruel, but he's devoted to them. Unshakable, even.
Let me get some water.
But we can't lose either. For the sake of everyone who has believed in us along the way.
Even if I were to win the throne, there's no guarantee my idealistic vision could ever become a reality.
Right.
And yet, what choice is there but to believe in them and fight on? The alternative is to accept that nothing will change.
You've got the power to change the world. You've got the power. You've got the power to change the world. And the one who gave it to you was, well, yourself.
You've got the power. You've got the power.
You've got the power to change. And the one who gave it to you was, and that's what I'm going to help you with. That's my mission. My real mission. And I'm going to see it through.
After discussing the novel and our ideals with Gallica, I closed my eyes. Academia. It seems that I've been summoned by Moore in a dream.
I saw what happened. So, you found a way to unequivocally shape your destiny.
Yeah, let me pet the cat first. It's tradition. That's my routine. I gotta pet the cat every time I come in here. Pet the cat, talk to Moore. Pet the cat, talk to Moore.
As far as I know, there is no record of your newly acquired archetype ever being used, even in ancient times. An archetype whose existence was only theoretical, known to some scholars as the magic of true sovereignty. Indeed, a power of legend. I once said that to be elder was your inescapable fate. However, it seems the truth was more complex than that. Magic is a process by which we confront fate and tame anxiety, and archetypes are its essence. They are manifestations of a resolve capable of heroic virtue. So then, what do you think is the foremost, most inescapable fate a person must bear?
Taxes.
The foremost fate? I'm not really sure, but for me to be me, and for you to be you, or something like that.
Indeed. It is birth that is inescapable. You cannot choose who you are born to, and once your familial place is determined, that fate cannot be changed. Yet by some strange tangle of destiny, you were given a choice that the very act of existence denies most people. By your own will, you were born again as a prince. Do you understand? You stand on the threshold of truly becoming a ruler. Not as an unearned title of bloodline's chance, nor as a mere authority over people. You have taken control of your life. You are ready to rule your very self. That is what it truly means to be a hero. And it is the crux of the power that is awakened within you. What glorious coincidence indeed, that I, as a scholar of archetypes, might cross paths with and witness such a remarkably fated boy. It almost bespeaks.
Indeed, 'tis his hands that bear our fate.
Tree Mommy, is that you?
Who? I remember. I know that I know this voice. Had I forgotten it all this time? Yes. I swear I've heard it before. And I let it slip from my mind. Who are you? You with this voice that moves hearts. Speak. Who are you? Why have you awakened this boy to his power?
If it is answers you seek, then go and claim them.
Are you? Could you be?
As for you, I bid thee awaken. Move onward to thy final ordeal. Take thy place at the final proving of the ascension of kings.
My consciousness faded away and I was sent back to my sleep. I reminded that Moore was the author of the fantasy novel. Has Moore visited the ancient Elden Sanctum?
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
That's me. Hey, the picture's different. It's no longer the king or the king.
Okay. All our preparations are just about set. Now that this is actually happening, I've got some pre-show jitters.
It's no longer the prince with the long hair, and now Gallica's in the picture. That's cool.
All this royalty? It always felt they lived in a different world to the likes of me. Never figured I'd be walking alongside one myself.
Tis proof that bloodline decides nothing. We are one people living in a shared world.
Looks like this is gonna be our last mission. Any final words you want to say? Looks like this is gonna be our last mission. Any final words you want to say?
Yes. It's the final countdown. Ding-ding-ding-ding. Ding-ding-ding-ding-ding. I-O. Stand strong to the end.
We can't give up. Stand strong to the end.
Of course. No way we're losing here. I've got the fire in me eyes now.
About the new stuff you've felt and learned since becoming the prince. Can I ask you one more thing?
Fine, I'll let you become one of my concubines. Just find a spell to become human-sized, or to become my size.
Why is it that you want to be king? It's not about honor or power, is it?
I don't care for honor. Some coin would be nice. Ah. I mean, we've trolled Galaga plenty throughout our playthrough. I wouldn't say this. It's not about honor or power. It's like, I don't care for honor, but power. What's the quote? Don't underestimate my power. Give up, Anakin. I have the high ground. Don't underestimate my power. Do we give the cheesy answer? I guess we do. I don't know.
I want to protect this country and its people.
'Tis the answer I hoped for. As your knight, I will ever serve you with all my soul and ability.
Well, I guess this means we're ready as we're gonna be. Oh, come on.
This place here.
Let's move.
You see?
I doubt all in Grand Trad will give us a warm reception. Still, should we choose not to fight, then Luis's victims only pile higher.
Yeah.
Easy to say will help anyone, but doing it's a whole nother thing. All the more reason we gotta prove we're serious by putting our lives on the line. We'll lead by example. Besides, it won't be the first time we've crawled our way up from the bottom.
After having made so many sacrifices, the group has gained new powers and ascertained new truths. Their arch-enemy, Luis, already has one hand on the throne. Even so, they march ever forward, spirits rekindled by battle. They head to Grand Trad, for the fight is far from over.
That Elden boy is nowhere to be found. I suppose it's only a matter of time until Luis takes the throne.
Speaking of which, I don't see the general.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing.
The voice of the pro-Luis faction became too overwhelming. He was ultimately forced out of his position. Why is this happening? Even if the Sanctus Church's favor has collapsed, why is it that Luis alone is reaping the benefits?
Oh, bots. Trying to tempt me with viewers. Nope, not interested. Only interested in pills that make your pee-pee bigger. And for that offense, you get a ban. Enjoy.
The public mind is the same as it's always been. It's too difficult to find answers in themselves, so they follow those who provide. We've certainly relied on that ourselves.
It's always easier to follow than to have to make all the risks yourself. Now that we are out of ideas, what can we do?
Can you imagine Luis on the throne? Can you imagine what he'd do with us? We'd be the first on the chopping block. Do we hide? Run? Our ships are in port.
Is this really the time for idle chit-chat?
Who are you?
And also, how did you get into their like inner sanctum? Surely you have like the highest security in this like secret chamber.
Just a passing wastrel. Thought I'd drop in for a word since I was in the area. You might have one way to survive.
What is he gonna like try to convince them to back us?
Well then, let us depart.
You know, I do notice now that Luis does have like bright blue eyes like we do. And I think a lot of the Eldens, or all of them, have like the same eye color. And I don't remember any other race having blue eyes. Well, that's not true. I think Juna has like very sparkly, like big pearly blue eyes. Maybe it's not the color, but the like eye shape? No. I don't know.
Lord Luis, your pardon. We've encountered an unexpected snag. I killed the prince in the Elden village. I confirmed his death, yet it appears the boy candidate has merged with his corpse. It seems the prince is now resurrected.
He's like, I know.
Resurrected?
Oh, I would have guessed he knew. Because there was that other thing they were talking about. He's like, yeah, I know.
Yes, and what's more, the boy candidate was the actual prince after all. Something about his soul having traveled independently and then returning to his corporeal body.
I see. So his ideal form was spun from Magla. Whatever the case, this means the land's true prince has reawakened in his sanctum. How interesting. After these long years, my chase may finally come to an end. My nemesis awaits.
Lord Luis, what is it about that bastard that fascinates you? Yeah, I won't let it end like this. I have to do better. I need more power. I will show Lord Luis I am worthy of his gaze.
Friggin' Zorba. Why isn't Lord Luis looking at me?
You'll soon be arriving above the royal capital.
Excellent. As planned, increase altitude and enter the royal palace in the sky.
Are you certain? We'll be heading directly to His Majesty, the former king, and...
Rest assured, that old fool is powerless to stop me now. Proceed.
Understood.
Let the final banquet begin.
Wait, quartermaster? You would think that like that oh, excuse me. It would be like the helmsman or like the skipper or whatever, you know, like the second in command to pilot the ship would be the one relaying the directions to where to go, or maybe like just some other messenger. The quartermaster, isn't the quartermaster like in charge of like supplies? Like this seems like not the job for the quartermaster.
Come on, any takers? Any bets for the other candidates? Remember, if Luis loses, a silver coin could turn into mountains of breed.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well bet on the prince. Like, just put in, you know, a little bit. You could like increase your money by like 20 or whatever, and you hardly spent anything.
What are you trying to say? You think Count Luis is going to lose?
Oh no, of course not. I'll just say.
I'll call that bet. All in on His Highness the Prince.
Hey, attaboy. Jeesh.
A Sanctist bigwig gambling away his tithes? This really is the end of the world. Didn't know his esteemed princeliness had any supporters left.
I mean, he's not really the prince, is he? Was actually a monster in disguise all along. Haven't you heard the news? The times we live in, I tell you.
Must be tough, being an easy mark. It didn't take much for you to buy everything Luis was selling about the prince. The fireworks went off the moment he said, "Behold." Remember? You don't think there's any chance Luis orchestrated the entire thing?
Oi, churchman! You've seen Count Luis lie to us? You think he cast some big illusion?
An illusion, eh? What if I said it's a power more dangerous than that? Always struck me as odd. We all know Luis, the mighty human slayer, but how does he keep finding the things one after another? Seems a bit convenient, if you ask me. Like he knows in advance where these monsters will appear to cause havoc.
Easy to nitpick and gripe about him, isn't it, churchman? Maybe someone needs to shut you up.
Tuh.
All right. Let's keep things civil, eh? No sense becoming a monster yourself.
Oi! What's all this fuss about?
Damn it! When Count Luis is king, you'll all be the first at the gallows. You'll die just like Forden.
Ugh. Sycophants really get under my nerves. Like, why are you like going to bat for people who wouldn't go to bat for you?
Well, they're probably just as anxious as the rest of us. All that yelling and thrashing helps fight it off. Humans have been sighted near the capital, after all.
It's more than that. Pockets of society have resented the upper class for ages now, but this might be the spark that lights the kindling. Luis's respect for power is certainly cruel, but it's fair to an extent. Those of us pushing the status quo have always struggled to understand the appeal.
Even then, everyone's on edge. They'll jump at any excuse to argue and snarl at each other. Never seen it this bad. Not normal, I say.
Blind fanaticism and doom go hand in hand. If we don't find some common ground soon, it'll collapse beneath us. Luis left saying that he'd be waiting at the royal capital. Only one place he could be. All eyes are on his Skyrunner as it rises to the flying palace. What are we about to see?
Ah, the royal palace. It's been a while. Do you hear me, O king? Stubborn and deathless? This country is distorted. You and the other titled authorities decide who grows fat and who is devoured. The country knows no war only because our very core is built upon a system of societal predator and prey. It cannot be defied from within. That is peace, but not order. Hand over the royal scepter. The game is over. The country needs change, and I will provide it.
Thou impertinent faith breaker, hast thou no shame in preempting the day of judgment?
Do you presume yourself a god? Is that why you wrought your face in stone and took it to the heavens? You're nothing. Just an ordinary, broken old man.
How wouldst thou wield the king's magic? To what end?
To purify all that your kind have left to rot. You threw away your ideals, but I will never make that mistake.
Only the people's chosen may take the throne. The royal scepter and its resting place remain beyond you.
This royal scepter, the royal magic. Did you think that only generations of kings were aware of their secrets? Why someone can manipulate world-changing power by use of only a single scepter? Why only those supported by the people can use it? Listen well, O king. The truth behind the royal magic. Huh. So it's true. The country truly is putrid with sin. In other words, if I took hold of it now, then I would have the power to change the world itself.
How didst thou learn of this?
How?
Oh.
You were not always blind to this country's rot. When you visited our sanctum, I saw and knew the passion in your heart. And yet, what happened to our village? What happened to this country? You cannot stop me any longer. Nor can anyone else. Save one lone possibility.
Snatching victory from the maw of catastrophe, the party descends again on the royal capital, Grand Tran. But they are greeted only by ominous skies. Their return hardly counts as a triumph, considering how they departed. Anticipating conflict, the Gauntlet Runner comes to a quiet stop.
What the hell's wrong with the sky?
Isn't that... Oi! That monster boy's come back!
Ah, that's why the sky's grown so hellish. The half-dead bastard returns with his head held high.
A more aggressive welcome than I expected. Would any introductions help them to understand?
It's useless. Words are cheap. Still, we should walk with pride instead of trying to keep our heads down.
True enough.
His Royal Highness, the Prince, returns! Luis distorted his form through strange and terrible magics, but the curse is now dispelled. His true form has been restored!
Oi, if that's really His Highness, then tell us why in His Majesty in the sky stop all this bloodshed?
Cause he's an imposter! Just like Count Louis said! You'll not fool us again, beast!
Oi! Calm down. At least listen.
And you! Never thought I'd see one of the Magnus brothers standing against Count Luis, even the thick one. He took in a parapus like you, and you spit on him, scum! Only thing traitors deserve is a tight rope and a stiff beam. And you want us to support the prince!
Lady Juno, I can't believe this! I admired you! Why would you risk dying alongside some fake prince?
I don't intend on dying with anyone. Besides, I'm still me, whoever I'm standing with.
Hey, you chief! Weren't you the wretch who got kicked out of the knighthood? Now you're with this pack of throne chasers. Shame. Shame!
Mustari girl!
Mustari, that's it.
Grateful pagan! Count Luis brought down the Sanctus Church for you!
How dare you strike out at him?
They're all traitors, I say!
What is all this? The truth of the prince hardly matters to them. Every one of them's only concerned with their own emotions and nothing else. What is all this? The truth of the prince hardly matters to them. Every one of them's only concerned with their own emotions and nothing else.
This is so relevant. Oh man, everyone's just up in their fifis.
What is all this? The truth of the prince hardly matters to them. Every one of them's only concerned with their own emotions and nothing else.
We'll have your heads on pike soon enough. Leave! Get out of our royal capital!
We don't like your kind around here.
If they're just monsters, we can deal with them ourselves. How about it?
This is bad. They really are out for our blood. Has everyone gone insane?
Maybe they'll shut up if we use our prince archetype on them.
Oi, over here! Don't bother with them. No talking this one out. You need to run, now!
We weren't away from the city that long. What happened? Why are all the people so bloodthirsty now?
Yeah. Just be regular thirsty.
The prince turning into a monster before their eyes still lingers in their minds.
After all, a monster entered into their society disguised as a person.
No, that's not...
I know, it's not true. But truth and how it appears to the citizens are different beasts.
Right, very true.
Moreover, humans have been sighted closer than ever before. The royal capital's populace is unused to danger, so they've become suspicious of each other. How fares your neighbor? Do you run in circles with monsters in disguise? Are questions on the tip of every tongue. Ever since Forden's death, Luis has everyone on a knife edge. He's erratic, and nobody knows how he'll react to those who defy him if push comes to shove.
So, at the core of it, people are scared witless, and they cling to Luis as a savior, rather than the devil he is.
You well know that Luis cares not one whit about social status, especially as a token of birthright. No amount of wealth or standing can buy his protection. So even those who may have opposed him at first now counsel that condemning him would be imprudent, as it puts their safety at risk.
Then we're stuffed. He won't save anyone. And oh yeah, he can create humans, by the way.
Oh, that's all true then. I have my suspicions, but it's still a bit of a jolt. This all said, in my humble opinion, what we're seeing in the people now has been in the works for some time. Now, has the tournament for the throne truly ever been a fair contest? The Sanctus Church bent it to its whim, and I abetted that. To my shame. Before I met you people, I didn't have much to me but anger and quips. I'd rant and snipe and have my cynical little discourse, but I'd only looked to others for change. Now maybe that outlook's our real enemy. Blind fanaticism, like I had. Even if there's no malice to it, it's a dangerous thing. Hard to think clear when your mind's a muddy stream.
We've been told Magla is born from people's anxiety. Perhaps the proof is now before our eyes.
Kind of ironic, but we have to do something about it. If we don't, they'll never listen. We'll only ever be seen as an enemy.
I had the inn prepared. They won't let anyone in but you lot. Let's head there for now, shall we?
Nurse is heading back to the Gauntlet Runner. It seems like the city has calmed down at least a tiny bit. I mean, even if that's true, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense that we can like walk around in the streets. I mean, you might say, but yeah, we're in the slums and that's kind of different. But like, the slums would probably be the worst because they're probably the most inclined to support Luis, you know? They had a hard they'd have a hard time wrecking our Gauntlet Runner, but we still shouldn't chance it. We should make our way to the Honeybee. Everyone else has already gone ahead.
All right then.
Where to?
All right.
Where to?
Melancolized red skies. The riots and numerous outbreaks of humans have induced such anxiety in the people that their resulting magla has seeped into the atmosphere, causing the sky to enter a state of magical disarray. The turbulent weather exacerbates people's anxiety, which in turn causes inclement weather and with an ominously colored overcast sky. hidden by unique magma-laden clouds that are distinct from typical bad weather. The truth of archetypes. A fundamental process in magic is invocation, the precise envisioning of a phenomenon that brings it into being. Realizing an archetype is a highly advanced version of this technique, requiring an even greater process of clarity of a greater number of phenomena. But this alone is insufficient. Fully manifesting an archetype requires the user to give vivid form to their intentions, a depiction of their ideals, a distilled representation of their own desire, their own will to change the world. There is no higher form of magic. To invoke such magic distills the physical self into a magical existence, a super being capable of handling these phenomena with ease. However, it is impossible to fully contemplate the extremely complex notion of character through imagination alone. To fully comprehend that character requires discovering it from the real world. The psyche of man is multifaceted, and one must truly acknowledge and accept that even within the self exists an unconscious aspect of the mind. It is thus more accurate to say that the power is a result of heroic virtue and revolutionary spirit that awakens within a person undergoing adversity, rather than to call it a skill gained through disciplined training. Bonds unfettered Gallica. Gallica was sure that she and the captain received a secret mission together in the Sanctum, but in reality, she alone was entrusted with this mission. The memory of the two receiving the mission together was a fabrication planted in them by Tree Mommy as a means to give guidance and purpose to the newly formed Captain Prince. With the prince successfully revived, Gallica was told the truth and her mission technically came to an end. Yet, despite her relationship with the prince being predicated on a false memory, Gallica knows the journey itself was real and is awakened to a new sense of purpose and a personal mission to continue the journey alongside him. And to find a way to get big and get busy with the prince. It's absurd. What can I even do? One guard can't hold back a riot. Right, Your Highness? Prince? That's what you are, aren't you? Yes. Then you're responsible for this too. It's not me that should be up in those blasted gallows. You should be putting this country back to its right senses. You hear me? I'm on it. Oh, did they kill the hangman? Now is the age of power. It's time for the righteous to serve up a reckoning. This dead man is only the beginning. Those accursed nobles hoarding the money that's rightfully ours. Their very existence is a sin. Drag every last one of them out here, I say. Yeah, kill all the nobles! Nothing left to say. Poxy Swan. No. This is the headman. The guy on the stage, it's just some noble, I guess. This is what you get for selling out your own tribesfolk. Even with the city in such a state, this man refuses to budge. I feel like I've seen more and more like him too. What a mess. To be honest, I half understood how he feels. This town's in complete chaos. Sometimes even I want to just give up on everything. Do it.
What now?
Okay. Tree Prince.
ultimate power.
Okay, I guess there isn't... Oh, no, here it is. Never mind. Oh, it's where the crown is. That makes sense. Oh, it auto-equipped it. Okay, yeah, I think I was on this one before.
That is...
Support attacks from comrades happen more easily, and enemies are stunned more easily in overworld combat. Isn't that the same as this one? Oh, kind of. But it's a better version. So it's that plus enemies are stunned more easily. Okay. Heroes proving increases casters. Oh, this is what you call it? There's what the hell is that skill called in Persona, where it buffs everything? I can't remember off the top of my head for some reason. I know the opposite, debilitate. Radiance deals heavy light magic to all enemies, morale boost. Recovers HP MP each time a support attack lands in overworld combat. Ooh, Hero's Cry adds 4 turn icons. Can only be used once per battle. Ah, man, the freaking humans can use it like multiple times, and I think so can Luis. Resist all, passive resists all affinity damage other than Almighty. Ah. Royal Slash. Stream physical, Almighty damage to one enemy. Okay. Ooh. Oh, uses 99 MP. Oh, it requires Chronicle of the End? First ally, Royal Archetype? What the hell? Okay, this one should be pretty easy to get once we have, like, Hulkenberg in the party. Okay. All enemies, single enemy. Oh. Sable Dance.
All right.
Warlock. Elemental Master. Heavy. Halves MP cost of synthesis, only applies to synthesis that consume MP. Well, that's a pretty good passive though. That's pretty good magic too, or pretty good passive too. Does, I'm pretty sure it does, but does, like, this 14 MP, is the cost for me plus whoever helps me? Like, we both have to use 14 MP? I think that's the case. Like, it's not just the character whose turn it is. So if we use this one, I think all 4 party members consume 99 MP. Weak against Pierce. Those are the craziest shoulders. Freaking crystals and shit. That's a interesting staff. It has like a branch as the base, but it's like, it looks like a bird or crow's foot or something like that. That's pretty cool. An elite mage archetype, an expert in the most potent damage-dealing magic of multiple affinities. The Elemental Master also learns synthesis skills that permanently increase magic strength. All enemies. Precipice of the Abyss. Severe magic, almighty damage to all enemies. Cool. What about this one? Warlock. Oh wait. Powerful magic adept with mighty spells and skills that can permanently increase the strength of magic attacks. Synthesis skills that permanently increase magic strength? Really? Where? I mean, its stats are increasing, but I'm assuming it's just from learning the archetype. Its attack affinity changes to dark, and through synthesis skills it can use dark magic. Excellent at preserving MP. Huh, interesting. Heavy dark damage. So this is like the Dark Knight equivalent. Negates one enemy's repel magic. Hyper. Greatly increases caster's magic attack damage once per battle. So it's like charge. Magic revision. Recovers MP after defeating an enemy. Raises max MP by 30%. Heavy magic dark damage to all enemies. Netherworld tree. Extreme magic dark damage to all enemies. Lost wall. Ah, interesting. Child of death. Extreme magic dark damage to one enemy. Weak to pierce. An elite mage archetype with an emphasis in high tier dark magic, lending its dark powers to synthesis attacks. It has skills that increase the number of times magic can be used. Oh, because the MP pool is bigger, MP buff. Allowing it to excel in longer battles, right. Okay. Prince makes synthesis skills easier to activate. In what way, really? Leads allies making the most of their strengths with unique skills. Six, 7, so close. Max HP 667. The manifestation of the Prince archetype. With powerful attack and buff skills, the Prince excels at controlling the battlefield by increasing turns and enhancing ally strengths. Oh, that's what it means. It makes synthesis skills easier to activate because it has the this. I mean, only once per battle though. That's better than nothing. And it doesn't really cost anything. It's just like a free BA. Throw it out. You know, you use it once per battle. Enjoy. Controlling the battlefield by increasing turns and enhancing ally strengths. A unique ability to cast all synthesis skills makes the Prince's presence highly valuable for the options they enable in battle. I'm gonna grow my hair to be this long. Not really. My hair is the longest it's ever been though right now. Man, freaking high heels. The highest of high heels I've ever seen in like an Atlus game. Like, can we get some flats? It seems like it would be more battle effective. Those are some sweet abs, though. I wish I had abs like that. Shredded. Oh.
New skills, new possibilities.
I was thinking maybe we shouldn't use these items on the Prince because we're going to be sticking in that class pretty much. Like, there might be some exceptions, but I'm going to be, like, this is going to be my new main class, I guess. So, like, we're going to be leveling it normally. Ooh, it seems like it's really requiring a lot of XP.
I see. Fascinating. This right here. All right?
I'm counting on you.
Of course.
Really?
Power of the Berserker's soul. I must master the destructive power that flows through me. I already know what I must do. The only thing left to move is forward. Okay. Hey, Hero Jewel's root. Okay.
Good. I'm still getting stronger.
No. Let's also unlock these. Just for funsies. We're not going to switch to them.
I see. Fascinating. This right here.
Heroic embodiment is that of the elite scholar, a sorcerer who binds the most powerful magics to their control to unveil the secrets of the elements themselves. Right. Yes.
I'm counting on you.
Of course.
Okay. Okay.
Really?
This is the power of the elemental master's soul. The magic in me feels as though it's overflowing. I shall continue to brave the path forward for all those who suffer in this land.
I found new power.
Oh.
I see. Fascinating.
A warlock.
This right here.
Lead scholar, a sorcerer who binds the darkest magic to their control and unveils the secrets of the elements themselves.
I'm counting on you.
Of course.
Really?
So this is the power of the warlock soul. I will master even dark magic in pursuit of my goals. For the sake of the world, I drink deep of forbidden power. Okay.
New skills, new possibilities.
Okay, cool.
Gone to shite, this has.
Every bloke on the block's gone crazy. Is this Luis's fault or is it yours? It doesn't matter. People are fighting each other on their own. Total rubbish, the lot of them. Fighting. In a city that's poor enough as it is, stealing from each other, what's the point? How can you guys not recognize me as Prince? I'm flying on a friggin' sword.
Excuse me?
Hey, are you the one in this drawing? I knew it. You are. You're famous then. You know how crazy the world is right now, Mr. Famous Person. From where is this to what's it's, everything's gone weird. Really, even just flying around out here makes me feel gross and sick, but this place feels better. So, Mr. Famous, can you do something about this awful sky? Yep, I've decided I'm gonna leave this problem to you people folk, but I think I'll stay put for a while. I'll watch over you from here, okay?
Smash it all to bits.
Smash it all to bits.
Smash it all to bits.
Let's move.
We've cleared everyone out. Let's hurry inside. Okay.
Everyone. I'm glad you made it back in one piece. Since you left, Luisa's following has only grown.
Have you changed? You're still the same person, aren't you?
'Tis quite a story, but it deserves explaining. I only hope you can believe us.
Alright, wait a minute. Let me get this straight.
Let me get this straight. You mean it takes more than 16 licks to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Tootsie Pop? Can't believe it.
I had thought all this business with declaring yourself the prince was a well-meaning bluff.
Well, at first it was.
But under the deception, you were, in fact, the actual prince. Is that right? Still, I mean, how do you get the whole country to believe your story? Is that even possible?
Yeah.
Frankly, I doubt it. We've just seen firsthand how far we'll get trying to talk the people down.
Then what will you do if this goes on?
But you're still you, yes? You came to help everyone, just like you helped me before, right?
That's right.
Yes, that's right. It'll all turn out fine.
Good.
I see. So, even if no one believes you, you're still determined to settle the score with Luis head-on?
Even so, the gulf between us is wider than ever. The people have all but named him their champion. With so little time, a guileless appeal to the public may fall on deaf ears.
Hard luck for the honest knight. And not much room left for civil debate now that Luis is openly advocating killing his opposition. Well, that ship sailed when the king's magic faded. Anyway, if there is a key to turning the tide, first place I'd look is the castle in the sky.
Huh. I wonder if this means, like, the game is gonna give us the option to, like, kind of fly around and do whatever. But that, I don't think that's the case, because, like, I was hoping it would give us a chance to, like, wrap up any side quests, do whatever, explore. But, like, traveling takes time. Like, in-game time. Oh, 1 day or 2 days, whatever. So I don't know how I'm gonna deal with these, like, 2 quests I haven't turned in yet, and I still haven't, like, hardly maxed out any of my, like, companions.
You saw how violent and volatile the city folk are now, but I don't think it's as simple as fearing Luis. I've been keeping an eye on the royal capital while you were off on your jaunt through the woods. Frankly, the change in public sentiment was too sudden, unnatural. It's as if they've been collectively drained of their sanity, and if I had to guess what's causing it...
You're implying it's Luis's doing? All the eeriness in the sky. Is that because...
Don't know, but the change in the citizens is certainly odd. If something really is forcing it, that means we might still have a chance to fix it.
What Luis is doing in the royal palace, whether or not he truly desires a world overrun by humans, we won't know his mind until we confront him.
On the other hand, it may well be bait for a trap.
There must be something up there. We have no other choice.
Trap or not, we have no other choice.
Then it's settled. Head to the royal palace and put a stop to whatever Luis is cooking up. With that Skyrunner, you're the only ones who can. And we'll fight in the ways we can too. We'll make sure the whole kingdom hears that the real prince is back after all the strife he's been through.
Indeed. If you can make things better, you might just inspire everyone to remember their own hopes and dreams. Maria's been terribly patient, waiting for you and believing in you. It'd be nice to see her smile again.
Right.
If Luis is behind all these disturbances, then stopping him will only help us in the approval ratings. If we can restore civility and rational thought, it'll pave the way to defeating Luis. We must press on with faith in that.
I'll always believe in you. We'll all do our best, so you can be a good king.
Thanks, kid.
Indeed. If we win, I suppose you really will be king.
We're counting on you, O king.
'Tis too late today for a grand charge, I fear. Let us take a night's rest, and on the morrow we make for the castle.
What to pick?
It's so different from when you were last in Grand Trad. Everyone's staring at you with such disdain in their eyes. We must remember you've still got people on your side. Let's do what we can. Everyone is filled with so much anxiety now they don't know what to do. Public sentiment is very volatile at times like this. There is still a way to win. Okay. Something foul in the air in Grand Trad. Everyone seems so anxious. Those who oppose us do so with fervor, but there are also those who believe in us. We must press on. No matter what I say, the people of Grand Trad are going to look down on you. It's times like these when your actions will speak louder than words. When they see you stand up to Luis, it'll be plain who's in the right.
Oh, it's
No matter what happens, you're still you to me, mister. I'm still going to keep cheering you on forever.
You...
Who would have believed you were His Highness the actual prince? I apologize for the less than royal accommodations, but try to have a good rest regardless. I don't really want to be around the people outside because they're so weird lately. The people in here feel nice and warm though. I wonder why. It's like there's this optimism in here. And it's gone stronger since you came in, actually. I can feel people's hearts unwinding. Pretty amazing. What kind of magic is it? Is that it's the power of friendship. I wish the people outside were like this. And just like that, they were gone. I was wondering where you were, Hulkenberg.
Your Highness.
And so His Highness returns to the royal capital in triumph and glory. In truth, I would have liked to welcome him back with a grand feast. Ah well, the day shall come when the people too celebrate you in grand fashion. My spear is ever ready to ensure that day comes.
Hold there.
Honestly.
First you were Luis's subordinate, then a false prince, and now you have awakened as His True Highness. None have walked so strange a path as you, and after all of this, you still mean to be king.
Come on.
Some turnaround, eh? Last time we were here, people were falling over themselves to welcome you. Now the only thing I see in their eyes is fear. Damn it, people. Even if Prince turned into a monster, Luis is the one making him. That's a fair bit scarier, if you ask me. Okay. Oh, so close. Alright, it's a short stream, but we're gonna call it here. I'd like to get to bed so I can wake up early for the gym tomorrow. And this is a nice, natural, good stopping point, so yeah. Thank you to anyone who hung out. I appreciate you spending your precious time hanging out with me. Having you here makes streams more fun in general for me and helps to motivate me to continue streaming, so I truly appreciate you spending your precious time hanging out with me. Hope you enjoyed the stream. You're welcome to join in the future, which should be tomorrow after the gym and lunch and stuff. So yeah, you're welcome to that. Other than that, hope you have a great rest of your day. enjoy some games yourself, and have a good one in general. Alright, take care. See ya.